Hey everyone, welcome back to a video. Haven't done one in a very long time. I think the last one might have been my European lager, which I've kind of been getting into. I've drunk a fair few of those. It's pretty good beer. So yeah, first time I've done a brew video in a while. I haven't even done any brewing, to be honest. I did brew a batch of Cooper's Cerveza 2 weeks ago. I bottled it this week. So hopefully that turns out alright. To be honest, it tasted good when I did the final gravity reading. I always take a little sip. It tasted pretty good. So pretty sure I brewed it once before and I wasn't very happy with it. But well, hopefully this time it'll turn out nice. Anyway, back to today. I wanted to give this garbage another go. This time I'm going to do it with the typical garage homebrewer's recipe of a can of Woolies homebrew, a kilo of dextrose. It doesn't get more simple than that, or cheap for that matter. I think this cost me about $12.39, $8.39 I think, and $4. So yeah, pretty damn cheap batch of beer. I've done a couple of homebrews, Homebrand lagers before. If you've seen some of my older videos, I've done a 2-can version of this, and I've also done a really terrible batch where I took this and a kilogram of white sugar, and I think I chucked in some honey as well. It was a horrible batch. I struggled to get through that one. It's just one of those beers that just gave me hangovers, and I just did not like it at all. So I'm not expecting much, but at the same time I'm hoping that just brewing a nice simple kit and kilo is literally as simple as you can make it. Hopefully it's not too bad. So I'm going to get onto that. We have our fermenting vessel ready to go, basically just sterilizing over there. So we just got to finish doing that. I'm going to put it all together, and you know what, I might even do a couple of tastings today. We'll try the XPA, which I made from that fresh wort kit a while ago. I'm going to be sneaky. I've actually had a couple of them, but I'll show you what it looks like anyway on video. What else haven't I had for a while? The Morgan's Amber Ale. Haven't had one of them yet, so might actually get a couple of beers out tonight, and we'll chuck them all into one big video, because why not? It's been a long time since I put something up, so stay tuned and we will get brewing. Okay, here we go. I just boiled some water up, opened up my can, got my dextrose cut open. So like any brew, pretty much we just start by chucking whatever this is, in this case a kilogram of dextrose, chuck it straight in there. Hope I emptied the thing out. Yes, I did. For a second I thought I left my sterilizing solution in there. That would have been interesting. I didn't. Alright, so generally speaking you should put a couple of litres of water in. I think hot water or boiling water works better for this, but I don't like to put more than a couple of litres in total of boiling water into my batch. I want to save a bunch to go into that can over there once I've emptied it off. So yeah, just mixing it up, making sure it's all good. Probably should have given this spatula a bit of a spray with the old sterilizer. I forgot. But it was in with the fermenter and the sterilising. I gave it a good shake around, so I'm sure it's going to be fine. So this is actually the first time I've actually brewed with a kilogram of dextrose and nothing else. I've never done that. I've added dextrose to brews. I've used brew enhancer quite a lot. Various brew enhancers. I've used malt, but I've never just used dextrose. So look at that. Lovely, plain, clear sugar water. Alright, next step, we're going to be chucking this in to there. Probably going to pause it because I usually use two hands, because I use my spoon and get it out. And after that's done, I'll put some boiling water in here to get the dregs and sort of loosen it up. Back in a sec. Okay, so I put the rest of my boiling water into there, and I'll just sort of let that sit for a few minutes. Pretty much makes the can nice and hot. liquefies all the liquid malt in there, so I can pour it straight into here, and that will be that. And after then it's just a matter of filling this thing up with water. This says up to 23 litres. I'll probably make it 23 litres. Why not? I don't see any reason to make it any less. After all, I'm just making Homebrand beer. I'm not trying to make some sort of gourmet high ABV fancy drink. Frankly, I don't care if it doesn't taste like it's really strong. I'm just here to make it and see if it tastes alright, because I never made it this style before, and if it works, well, that's a nice cheap way to make a batch of beer. They of course come with instructions on the back of your pack there. Sterilise, if you didn't realise, everyone knows how to sterilise. Mix ingredients, add water and yeast, ferment, and bottle it up. Too easy. All I'm doing now is just finishing up the mix here, which is the can of liquid malt extract and the dextrose. That's pretty much mixed at this point. Now, time to pour that in. Now, warning, don't just pick it up with your hands. I did that once. I didn't actually fully pick it up because I'd probably have a nice red hand if I did. It is hot. So I'm touching it now. It is bloody hot. You can't just pick it up. So wear some gloves or something. Actually, let's do that. I'm just going to put some gardening gloves on. Chuck that there. Put a bit of dirt in the homebrew while I'm at it, probably. Shit, this is a terrible idea. I need 2 gloves. The gardening gloves I have are very, how should I say, small, so they don't grip very well. At the moment I'm holding the thing. Just before I tip it in, I'm just going to give it a little stir in the can, just to sort of get the last of that, just sort of scrape that stuff off the top there, which falls right into the nice malty water. Nice and easy, and tip her in. That's it. That's all there is to that. Get those bloody gloves off. Alright, so our mixable ingredients now in there. Now it's up to me to simply add a bunch of water, which will be about 21 litres worth of water. I wish I had a tap in the garage. I don't. So for me, that means I'm going to be going in and out. I could just bring this into the kitchen and I can sort of stick this whole thing under the kitchen tap. I'll get about half of it full before I have to sort of take it out. Just because I don't really have a nice high tap, unfortunately. But you know what? I used to do that. I can't be bothered anymore. I'm just going to use a trick of fill this up and do it about, I don't know, 15 times maybe. Fill it up 15 times, pour it in here, and that sort of does the trick. I think it's about 1.5 litres for one of those cans. I'll be back when that's done, and we hopefully should be drinking some beer soon too. Okay, so we've got our water poured into my fermenter now, almost. I am at 21.5 litres, give or take. So we're just going to chuck the final one in. Oh, jeez. That's 22.5 litres. Doesn't that just piss you off? Guess what? I don't care. That is good enough for today. I'm not going to bother going and getting another half litre to finish this off. So, because I used only 2 litres of boiling water and the rest has been tap water, it's bloody cold, middle of winter here, so the tap water is actually quite cold. We're looking at a really good temperature here, so it's somewhere between 18 and 20 degrees, probably 20, closer to 20, but I honestly don't know exactly what this thermometer reads. I kind of just take whatever the brightest colour is and assume that's what it is. So yeah, it's probably 20, on the lower end of 20 degrees. So, really good temperature to pitch a yeast at. We're using kit yeast to go with this one. So let's just chop that open without making it, I'm just going to put this. Well, my camera just cut out on me while I was in the middle of a sentence before, but all I was saying was talking about putting this Krausen collar in. I ended up doing it because I'm a creature of habit and I like not having to clean the inside of my fermenter too heavily. So, batch is going. Now, let's have some time to taste some beer. So, I got out the XPA, which is the fresh wort kit that I got a while ago. This is from Casey's, I think it was called from memory, Casey's Brewery. I chucked out the box, so I don't have it anymore. Anyway, let's get this guy tasted. That's not going to work, is it? Look at me in my professional setup over here, leaning my phone against random stuff in the garage. Alright. Like I said, this is unfortunately not a real first tasting because I have had some, but I thought I'd get it on camera so you can see what it looks like and get my thoughts on it, because honestly, it's a good beer. Spoiler alert. So, just giving it a nice pour there, hope you can see it. I've got no idea if you can. Alright. Alright. Yeah, check that out. Lightly carbonated, so not a huge head, but I'm very happy with how it turned out, if I'm going to be honest. It's got a nice hazy taste to it, good aroma, not overpowering. That's a good beer. You really get the flavour of the hops through that. I've been drinking some of the Cooper's XPA over the last week or so, so it's kind of fresh on my palate. And tasting this, it's actually a very good drink, to be honest. Like, it's not too far off the Cooper's XPA in terms of taste. I wish I had a little bit more head on it, so I still got to work on the whole priming and conditioning and all that. That's probably one of the weak parts of my entire process. Could be the detergent I'm using that might be affecting it, who bloody knows. Doesn't bother me too much, but it's just something I'd like to perfect. Anyway, as far as taste goes, that's actually a decent freshwater kit, and paying $50 for a 20 litres of beer is certainly cheaper than $68 that I paid for a carton of Cooper's XPA, which is convenient and you can take it everywhere and it's great, but if you just want beer in your own house, this is good. So I definitely recommend giving that a go, or any freshwater kit really. I'm impressed with the quality of that. So I'd do one again when time is right. Probably closer to summertime I might do one or two more. At the moment I've got a few other things on my plate, but Homebrew hasn't been one of them, unfortunately, for me. I just, I've been working home and, everyone's sort of isolated, and I don't know, I haven't really been thinking about Homebrew much, or anything for that matter. So I thought today was time to get out there and actually just go and brew something, even if it's something crap. And that's what we're doing. But we can enjoy beer while we're out here. So, yeah. Casey's XPA. I think they're from a brewery out near Penrith, something like that. So if you live near there, might be worth checking out the brewery, in fact, and seeing what they got. Like their freshwater kit. Now I've got to be honest, it makes a better batch than your generic Kit and Kilo homebrews that I've been making for quite some time. You want something a bit better? Try that. You can, of course, spend about the same amount of money, maybe a little bit less, and spice it up with some hops, some grains, and whatever else you want to do. But if you cannot be bothered, definitely a good way to go. I'll finish this off and we'll give a taste of this Amber Ale, which I'm really looking forward to even trying because I haven't had it yet, and I'm a big Amber Ale fan, one of my favourite brews. So let's get this done and get on to that one. That was lovely, that XPA. Now time to try the other one, the one I'm actually really keen on trying, the Morgan's Amber Ale. Haven't tried this one yet before, so don't know what to expect. I'm hoping it's as good as the Cooper's Amber Ale kit, which is probably one of my favourites. So I'm not expecting it's going to be that good, but you never know. It's a lot cheaper, so who knows. I've never had a Morgan's batch before, so let's see how this turns out. Pour it out. I'm using the same glass because who can be bothered washing two glasses? I have had a palate cleanser in between, so my taste buds aren't going to be impacted. Alright, so pouring her out. Lightly carbonated again. My curse has struck yet again. So there she is. The head has already disappeared a few seconds later. Alright. It's good colour. Let's see if I can chuck it into the light. Yeah. If I can't tell too well. Yeah, it's got a good colour to it. Yeah, I don't mind it. Okay, well, let's see what she tastes like. That's what really matters in the end. Just got a nice sort of dark colour to it. Alright, now. Give me another one. I can very, very clearly say that this is nowhere near as hoppy and flavourful as the Cooper's Amber Ale kit. Not even close. This is actually quite flat. I don't really think it's even in the same league, to be honest. Now, I will put a disclaimer out saying I haven't had the other kit for quite some time. Given we're now in July 2020, I'm pretty sure the last one of those I had was probably not too far from this time last year. So it has been some time, but I do have fond memories of that kit being a really, really good kit. This isn't a good kit. It is just not very nice. Hang on 2 seconds, got a bit of noise coming in. Alright. It is alright. It doesn't taste bad, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't really enjoy this. How do I rank this in terms of all the kits I've made? True answer is going to be not very high, if I'm going to be honest. It's a very flat taste. I'm talking about the taste, not the carbonation. Forget that. That's usual for my beers. I'm very used to flat beers. But either overcarbonated or undercarbonated. I can't get it right. This one is very... The taste itself is very dry, very boring. It just doesn't have any bite to it. There's no hop flavour. There's no aroma. Okay, Bill. Yeah, it just... Hang on 2 seconds. I'm going to have a chatterbox. Back again. Sorry. We have a very chattery kid sometimes in this household. It is not a good beer. Okay, no, that's wrong. That's wrong. It's not bad. It is definitely not great. And I'm borderline even saying it's good. It barely even tastes like an amber ale, if I'm going to be honest. I'm going to have to put this one down as a disappointment. If I'm going to be dead set honest, you want an honest beer review, the Morgan's Amber Ale kit, fail on my end. Or at least a fail in the way I made it. So I did this with 1 kilogram of amber dry malt. Nothing else. It could definitely use a bit of hopping up. It definitely needs a lot more bitterness, a lot more flavour, a lot more sort of aroma as well, because it's got bloody no aroma at all. Look, you don't expect much aroma out of kits anyway, but sometimes you just get at least the impression of it. I get nothing out of this. This is just actually disappointing. You know, I want to come on this and make a positive review, but I can't. In all honesty, I can't say that this deserves a positive review. I wouldn't make it like this again. I don't even think I'd want to make that kit again, to be honest. It's just not what I was hoping for. It's not what I'm wanting to drink. Just being honest. God, I'm making these crappy Homebrand stuff, and I'm more excited about drinking that than I am about drinking the rest of this at this point. That just doesn't really do it for me. So look, give it a go. Maybe make it a little bit better than I did. Or if you want an amber ale, just get the Cooper's one. It's a damn good kit. My favourite Cooper's kit. I only buy it when it's on special, but it's a great kit. I don't think I'd buy this again. I don't think I'd buy anything from that range, to be honest. I'm kind of put off now. Maybe it's just this one beer. Maybe it's just this one bottle. I don't know. But I'm not getting anything out of it. I went from that really lovely XPA to this, and I'm kind of thinking, well, what a disappointment. Anyway, I think that's enough negativity for tonight. We got our lovely batch of crap brewing over here. We had a lovely XPA, and we're finishing the night off with a generic brown ale of some sorts. That's all I can say about it. Enjoy your brewing, have fun. I still like doing it. I still got, 30 odd bottles of this to get through, so I will. Don't worry, it will get drunk. I'm not going to waste it. I don't waste anything. Enjoy, brew what you want to, and sorry it's been so long since I put any videos up because I just have not had time nor motivation to brew, let alone film. So I really hope you guys are still keeping safe and brewing and doing whatever the hell you need to do to get through this whole stupid pandemic, and keep brewing, and just tell me what you're brewing because I think I need a bit of a kick up the bum to do something useful for once. Alright, cheers, and probably don't do that.